What up, y'all? So we always get questions about what's it like moving in with each other. Well, me and Gio, we already been living together for 4 years, so we thought we would shed some insight on moving in together, because sometimes it's not what it seems.
That's so true.
What were some things that you didn't expect after we moved in together?
So prior to living with you, I never really lived with anyone else. I always lived at home. And then when I finally moved out, I lived with 3 other girls. And living with females seriously is like the best thing ever. Because everyone's clean, everyone takes care of their own shit. And they're organized and they're considerate and they ask all these questions like, hey, is this yours? Okay, ooh, I'm sorry, I touched it. Or hey, can I borrow this? So cool, right?
That's true, your house did smell good like all the time.
Yeah, so living with girls was awesome. So I lived with them for about like a year to about like 2 years. And then I fell in love with this specimen over here. And I had never like slept over at a boy's house. I had never
Sure.
like, no, seriously. I had never done any of this stuff with guys. So, you know, we fell in love like right away. And I thought he was like perfect. I didn't think he did any of the weird shit that like all of us do behind closed doors, you know? Like all the weird habits that we have, all the weird grooming rituals.
Like what?
I don't know, like even just shaving. Like I think that's like, it just looks weird.
I am Asian.
So I don't know, I just didn't think you did anything weird that you know, that I do behind closed doors and stuff. So
until
dun dun dun. So when you moved in, that's when I started seeing all the weird habits happen. Like you freaking gargling and cleaning your throat. You'll do this weird like and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like that was very weird. And then like the way you brush your teeth. So he brushes his teeth, but it's not like a regular brushing. It's more like I want to get rid of these teeth that are in my mouth.
Nuh-uh.
So like there's all these like suds and like all this like foam around his mouth, and somehow that trickles down to like his wrist and it goes here and he's like drooling here. And like I never once thought that I would see that, you know? And then he'll like wash his face, but it's like kind of like a bird wash. Like if you ever see like a little like a bird get ready, like they just like get in the water and they just like shake like that. So that's what he would do. He would just grab the water and go whoosh. So like my mirror and everything that I keep so clean and organized. What's so funny? It was cute. So it was probably cute in the beginning because I was like, oh, my baby was here, right? And it's like this cute little reminder that he's here. But then after a month, that shit gets old like really, really fast. So like my mirror was all fucked up, and then as soon as he would come home, like slowly articles of clothing would just start coming off. So you open the door and there's like his socks. And then you walk a little bit more, then it's like his pants in the position that he took it off. So you could tell he went like this, whatever. And then it was like his shirt is in another place. So it's just a lot of these little things. Oh, another one, his tissue. He always has like some shit going on with his nose. So there's always like little balls of tissue all over the place. So it's like all these little things that you don't do yourself that you have to deal with now when the other half comes into your life.
All these sentimental reminders.
Yeah, right. But I mean that's just like the bad stuff. Like I shouldn't say bad, but that's just like the hard shit that you have to deal with, like other people's like habits.
But you know, it's not my fault that I wash my face that way. My grandma was the one that taught me how to wash my face. And the way she washes it is, I guess in old school Asia, like, you know how like nowadays we have a sink, but in old school Asia you would like go to the community well or whatever and then you get a bucket of water. So she brings it back and she goes, and then like she put soap on.
That doesn't even make any sense, because if she had to go so far to get water from a well, don't you think she'd want to preserve that shit and still kind of keep it in the bowl?
Or maybe her face is dirty as fuck, I don't know. But that's just what I learned. And then I learned how to brush my teeth from my grandma too, and she used to scrub the fuck out of her teeth. Like she's trying to scrub the last bit of oil off of a frying pan.
For real. That's what you look like. Like, you're just like, teeth, fuck you. So it's just like a bunch of like these little knickknacks that you have to deal with from the other person. And I'm sure I probably did like really annoying stuff
A lot.
for you. Damn. Rude.
Wait till it's my turn when it's my video talking about her.
I really need, seriously, when your mom came over to our place, she was just like, oh, wow, Gio is so nice and so organized and so neat. Cause seriously, I had everything in its place. Everything smelled so nice.
Sure, what happens to our place now?
You live there.
Sure.
So that's just like one of the rude awakenings that I had. And something that I want to tell you guys to just kind of like, just be prepared. There's gonna be some weird shit and some like annoying little habits that you're not used to. Cause think about it, like you've lived on your own for all these years and now all of a sudden you have to kind of like assimilate to like this other person's world. And it's sometimes crazy.
What other weird habits have you discovered? Or have you had the privilege of being in the presence of?
So what you do, you kind of like bend over, right? And then like, I gotta move my chair for this. So you kind of bend over and then you kind of do this thing and then like, sorry. And then like you kind of just do this and then you have to like wipe this way, right?